はい、どうもこんばんは、最高です。ごめんなさい。早いもので、今日で、配信20回目ですね。で、ゲーム内は25日目、30日目のまでにクリアに挑戦するっていうのは、ちょっと達成できるかもしれない。で、今日うまくいけば多分クリアなんで、それでは、発電所に行くんだけど、ちょっとレールガンのプラズマ銃はちょっといらねえっちゃいらねえんだけど、レールガンの弾を、レールガンめっちゃ使えるんで、レールガンの弾をちょっと作っとこうかな。まあこんな感じかな。さて、じゃあですね、いきますよ。ついにこの時が来ました。行きましょう。侵入作戦開始。割り当てだよね。
Everyone, it's time to hit the power plant. We all know it's not going to be easy. We tried before, and not everyone made it. But this time we're smarter and better prepared. I know we can do this. We have to do this. It's the only way we can find Tachana and end NAR.
Mercy. You're talking about striking at the heart of the Rat King. But have you learned everything possible about his plans?
I have evidence that NAR was conducting Chernobylite experiments back in the 90s. Tachana and her baby were two of their subjects. With the rate at which their technology is progressing, soon, nothing will be able to stop them. We must act now.
What about that black mask-wearing motherfucker? Have you identified him?
His name is Boris Glukov. He, Tachana, and I were close friends until he betrayed us.
Yeah.
He helped the KGB gather evidence against Tachana, then continued to work for NAR after my accident. He experimented on himself with Chernobylite and ended up with great power. He's strong, one of the strongest, but we can beat him. Together.
Do you know what NAR is actually doing at the power plant? Why is it so important? And what does it have to do with Tatiana?
NAR wants to create a permanent wormhole to the Chernobylite world and get to its source. Tatiana's abilities are needed to support the space-time bridge. It's hard to know what happens if they succeed. But what they're doing is unbelievably risky. They could unleash something horrific on this world, or become unstoppable themselves. But we're never going to know the outcome. Because we're going to stop them.
I like the pep talk, Professor. I think you even get...
Yes, we do. We've got... This is much bigger than anything any of us has done before.
One organization holding this much power is against everything I believe in.
You know how I feel. The Rat King...
I started out doing this for a paycheck. But I'm...
Whatever it takes to protect my people and drive NAR out, I'm on board.
You think I'm gonna back out now and miss the...
I appreciate your trust. We can't count on the element of surprise. But we know enough of time and again, NAR has shown they would rather capture than we'll dress somebody up as an NAR officer, escorting a prisoner. Me. That's our ticket inside. We have 2 NAR uniforms, both male. Any takers?
I'll do it. I have no problem posing as an NAR officer.
You should take someone who can keep his cool when things go sideways, as they inevitably do.
You're not seriously thinking about going without me?
この3人から選ぶと、まずオリビエか。これでもどうなのよ。ミハイルの方がいいような気もするけど、まあサシコにしよう。でもサシコ確か、まあいいか、サシコですか。
NAR must have upgraded its digital defense perimeter and surveillance system by now. A skillful hacker should be able to at least temporarily disable them.
I'm your man, Mousy. The great Ratcatcher has blessed me with a knack for that kind of thing. Electronics, surveillance, compute...
Wouldn't call myself a black hat, but I know enough. As long as we don't get...
I need someone...
Firearms are my preferred method of solving problems.
But my shooting's impaired since I injured my hand.
What's there to consider? I'm your gal, Igor.
まあ、もう降りたらな。 なんで差し子だけを選ぶっていうの。無理だろ
Last
う
but
な。
not
I've been watching these assholes fight the I know the power.
まあミハイルだ
Does
な。
everyone know what to do?
まあ確定。さあ行こうか。チームで挑むぜ。
This is it, my love. The last stretch. You've been through so much for me. Make sure you're ready, because it will take everything you have. Your wits, your strength, your plan, your companion's loyalty. Everything. Good luck, my love.
さあどうなんだろう。
This is it. Today's the day. Whatever happens.
時は来た。ただそれだけだ。
Everything sorted, guys? Can we start our prisoner escort off?
I'm ready. Though my hand still hurts like hell.
If the uniform doesn't get us in, we have one more ace up our sleeve. Their friend-enemy password. They say, we quell the storm. And we reply, and ride the thunder. Remember it. Before we enter the lion's den, I need to triple check everything is ready. How's my techie? Have you logged into their system?
I'm in, Mousy. What do you need me to do? Overload their systems? Bypass security? You ask and I'll do it. But don't be rash. Once we get started, it's only a matter of time before they kick me out again.
だいぶ向こうにも強いハ
Spy
ッカ
check.
ー
How are
い
my
るんだな。
eyes and ears?
Eyes are bright and my ears are wide open. I got the plans and codes up and I can hear those boring fuckers chatter like they were sitting in my lap. No worries, Igor. With me on your side, this'll be like walking to the grocery
あ、
store.
コンビニかな。
Sniper, are you in position? Have you got eyes on?
I'm all set, Igor, and I feel good. This is just like my hunting days. I get you the fly off your lapel.
この状態いいね。いいのかな。俺だけ行くんですか。どうなんですか。来てんですか。
There are a few sentries outside the gate. That's obstacle number one.
Taking them out quickly is certainly an option, and with the silencer, I should be able to keep my position.
Better use the side passage for now. You can always kill them on your way out. Don't forget that you're a prisoner, Igor. Downcast, hopeless. Use this to our advantage.
Ah, これ続くんだな多分な。正面突破行く。まあ、別ルートいやー地図あるから別ルート
Your
いいの。
plan sounds reasonable.
That's not easy to find, but because you what?
OK。これ続くんか。ちょっと俺緊張しすぎて手汗やべえんだな。さあどうなんの。正面から行かずに別ルート行くと。まあ第一関門は突破ってことね。あ、これ差し子か。わかりやすい。マスクのような。大丈夫なの。これでもどうなのよこれやったら。敵いる場所わかんない。あ、なんかあんな。
So far, so good. But it's getting harder now. NAR's upgraded some of the old security features.
The electronics are the least of your worries. Nobody said anything about this exposed courtyard. You stand out like a signal flare at a funeral, Igor. Be extra careful.
security checkpoint. What used to be a rate?
I already found the right database.
I can't get a line of sight on all of them. Maybe that'll keep them distracted long enough for you to slip past. But if we...
Those NAR security systems can be broken by someone with enough know-how. Those IT wankers probably spent their upgrade budget on Pornhub premium content. Once those gates read my biometrics, my cover will be blown. We need to convince them somehow that we're friendlies.
ああ、なるほどね。ああ、これしかねえな。
Tarakan.
One moment.
Time to move. With a little...
おい、いいね。順調じゃない？いや、めっちゃドキドキする。あ、なんかあそこにあるけど、もう撮ってる場合じゃねえ。
The entrance should be very close. It's a large metal door to the tech access corridor. Nothing I can't handle.
Remember the charges I prepared for breaching security doors? Powerful, but quiet. Like sticking a curling iron into a pound of butter. Or maybe you want to save them for later.
え？
Keep your head down, Igor. There's a fucking...
Stop yelling!
Picked it up on the radio. They haven't made you yet, but if you...
Damn! If I fall...
I can try to remotely unlock the door without tripping the alarm.
Well, you put that guy on the platform to sleep.
The lock is wired to the alarm system. But Sachko's charges will destroy both the lock and...
スナイパーで殺したとしてもバイパスしなきゃいけないので、爆弾とくか。失敗するかな。失敗しないでほしいな。
Charges armed. Stay back.
成功？もう成功。
We made it inside. We're safe, at least for now. These tunnels just about make a beeline to the reactor. From there, the way to the Ark should be easy. What the fuck? The electronics are sizzling as if they're going to explode.
That's to be expected, Mousy. The power plant's electrical system is antiquated, falling apart. We should find a way to short-circuit the power.
Igor, the water is electrified. Don't touch it.
ああ、なるほど。これどうす、あ、これか。
I have access to the circuit board. Perhaps I can cut power.
Have you been listening, Mousy? I can turn off the entire sector remotely.
I can't shoot the switchboard, can I? I would have to go there in person, which would almost certainly compromise my position. I'll be out of the game after...
いやー、これどうよ。ハッカーでやるか。自分でやってもいいんじゃない？自分でやるか。
Okay, the power's off. Here, at least.
いや、この選択が正しいかどうかはわからないな。いないんだもん。いないんだもん。あれ？いなくなったんだもん。いないんだもん。二人がいないんだもん。二人いなくなった。あれどういうこと？あ、なんだよ、びっくりした。
Hey, are you okay? Olivier?
let your friend get fried by the electricity. Your negligence caused his death. You're a smart man, Igor. Why would you let this happen? You should have prepared for it.
あれ、オリビエ死んだんですか？
Olivier, we have to help him.
It's over for him, Igor. We need to carry on.
あ、オリビエ死んじゃった。死んじゃったでいいのかな。あ、本当は自分で死ぬようなところを。
We're getting close to the reactor floor. I think we managed to dodge the main security detail. As long as we maintain our cover, we should be good.
Step very fucking lightly now, Igor. The place is swarming with those cocksuckers. NAR's beefed up security around Ark for some reason. Either they're preparing for something, or you're walking straight into a goddamn trap.
レールガンとかでどうにかならん。これってなんか貫通するんでなかったっけ？
I'm in the Golden Corridor. It looks like NAR beefed up.
Don't be a fool, Igor. Let me take care of it. I can take the...
Time to play our prisoner escort car.
まだスナイパー使ってねえからな。スナイパー行くか。
All right, Olga.
Wise choice, Professor. One shot.
ナイス。あ、一応なんか取れんだ。あとなんか使い道あんの？あ、これ全員生存ルートとかあるんだな、きっとな。これなんかオリビエあそこでやられなかったら結構いい感じだと思うな。
Damn. We need to get past these suck.
I can help, Igor. You don't need sniper cover at this point anyway. I'll come closer and see if I can stir up some trouble and get the scientists to evacuate.
The Brainiacs have their own dedicated comms. I can put my fabulous acting skills.
The great Ratcatcher has smiled upon you today.
This is fucked. Even if they somehow bought our...
停電？ハッカー。
Tarakan.
Sounds good, Mousy. It shouldn't take...
Attention! Pneumonia! Achtung! The reactor's about to explode! Run for your lives, everyone!
What kind of nonsense is this? The reactor cannot
Fuck it, Anatoly. A break is a break.
休憩ってなんだよ。休憩ってなんだよ。いや、ここに戻ってきたんだ。ちょっと待って、これもうちょっとレールガン装備してこいよ。
These old ventilation ducts will take me straight to the Ark.
いや、これ爆弾。
What the hell is this?
The door is trapped. Touch it, and I'll spend my last moments.
Mousy, the ventilation duct should not be...
The main generator's in sight. If I sabotage it, you'll...
Wait, Igor. Remember the map you borrowed from that fucker Semenov?
別ルート。
Your plan sounds...
The doors are behind you, Igor. Climb up in there.
確かにねえ。あ、これか。あ、これね。これもう他のとこ探索する余裕がない。 いやめっちゃ怖え。びっくりした。あいつ最初に見つかったやつじゃん。
Are you seeing those creatures? I hope the bars hold.
どこ行くの？どこに行くんですか？こっちですか？こっちですか？
I might be able to open the gate from this panel, but there's a...
So this is the heart of darkness. The NAR will track me down afterwards, but I don't...
This place is one big fucking trap and totally off grid. The only way to open unless you have some explosives.
うわー、爆発物ここだったか。
Tarakan.
Behold this.
おお。
Mousy, Igor, the rats found me.
タラ
I
カン
tried
ダメ
to
だったか。
fight them off,
使い
but
す
there
ぎ
were
ると
so
ダメ
many.
なのか。
Tarakan!
You heard the man.
What's
Move!
going on?
The priority is
I
to
made
protect
my
the
last
lab.
stand.
Damn.
Now,
Looks like we'll have to fight our way out.
the great rat catcher is calling me. It's all up to you now, my boy.
These guys are the last thing standing between me and Tatiana.
I've got an idea, Igor. There's still some charges left. I can sneak past the soldier. Trust me, I'm not in that much of a hurry to die.
Oh no, this sucks big time balls.
いや、戦っていこうよ。
There's no...
でこれ戦ったら
Tango spotted. Engage the will.
サシコがダメになるパターンじゃない。
There's blood on your hands, Igor. You didn't prepare well enough. Your companion's demise is on you alone, Igor. This could have been prevented if you'd have prepared better.
いや、準備じゃなくてこれもう、いや、サシコダメだったか。
Sashko! Oh, good lord!
NAR will pay dearly for that.
Sashko, can you hear me? Say something!
He's beyond help, Igor. We need to keep going.
Fuck. We got a man down. Taking losses. I repeat, we got men down.
うわ、やばい。いやー、サシコごめん。ちくしょう、戦ったらダメだったんか。いや、だから取ってもいいにって。いやー、ごめん。でも全員生存ルートってあるな、これ。これに道案内してくれる人がいなくなっちゃった。なんだこっちか。こっちか。
Tatiana! Finally!
ついにたどり着いた。
Well, well, Professor.
Igor, my love. My child.
It's been so very long. But it's...
You know it in your heart, my love. I've been calling...
But how?
You shouldn't be here. It's a mistake. You'll only bring great misery. All of us together. Finally, release me.
What did you call me?
There's nothing you can do. You have to end this. Both of us.
What can...
The connection is the strongest force in the universe. Go to the reactor. Find it, my love.
Find what?
No more waiting. Please.
Tanya?
Go.
Tatiana.
Boris.
I don't understand.
Reactor.
What do I do?
これ、なんか会話噛み合ってなくねえか。ちょっと待って、これ、いや2人これ全員生きてるって難しくねえか。これそろそろ来んじゃねえの。
You took your time, Igor.
Cut the crap. It's time you gave me some answers.
Yes, we'll get to that. But since this is our last meeting, I want to ask you a question first.
Fine. Just make it quick.
What do you really hope to achieve, Igor?
これでもさ、タチアのためって言うけど、チェルノブライトを破壊しないことにはタチアは解放されないわけで、かといって生き延びるではないから、これだな。
Chernobylite is the cause of...
You may find this surprising, but...
How's that?
We were both going after the same thing. But this whole time we've been chasing someone else's agenda without knowing it. Chernobylite's agenda.
Come on, man. I've come too far to be...
Let's start from the beginning. Do you...
同一人物なのと推測する。あ、同じ目的だからってこと。で、ボリスってやつじゃねえの。でもあれは違ったよね。さっきなんか立ち上がるボリスって俺に言ってたよね。まあボリスじゃない。
I sure do, Boris. You were my...
Boris is dead. I killed him on that fateful night. April 26th, 19...
You took his? Why?
The more important question, the question you somehow failed to ask yourself all this time, is because you're not Professor Igor Kiminyuk. You never were. I am Igor Kiminyuk. I only changed my name to protect you and your mother.
Protect me? How?
サイコゲームチャンネルをご覧の皆さん、こんばんは。いよいよ決勝に入ってきました。チェルノブライトをお送りしていきます。
まあ確かに発電所で。
Quit talking in fucking riddles.
The truth is hard to swallow, I know. It was hard for me too.
お前は私なのかな。
You are me. Tatiana isn't your fiancée. She's mine. Everything you know about her, everything you remember, none of it is yours. You're living someone else's life. My life. You are my clone, sort of. You got my body, my brain, my skills, and most importantly, my memories from before the Chernobyl disaster.
What are you saying? How is that even possible?
Tatiana was sterile. That was our personal tragedy. But when Semenov imprisoned her after the Duga fiasco, she fell pregnant. At first, I thought Boris was the father, and I was angry with her. But that was another of Semenov's lies. He needed me to stay on the project and study Chernobylite, so he injected Tanya with the nano solution. What happened next was, I don't know what to call it, an immaculate conception. She gave birth to a boy, you. You grew much more quickly than other kids, but your mind didn't seem to follow. It was different somehow. The Chernobylite no doubt affected you in unpredictable ways. I never really considered you my son. You scared the shit out of me. I didn't know what to do with you. But it was obvious that Semenov would incorporate you into his experiments. Or maybe cut you open and rummage around inside. Until one night, Tanya, your mother, communicated with me telepathically, even though her body was in a coma. She pleaded with me to release you into the woods, and that's what I did.
You're saying Tatiana's child, who you released in the woods in 1990? But that's impossible. Impossible! I don't remember any of this.
Of course you don't. You looked like a teenager, but had the mind of a small child. I remember giving you a sweater that Tatiana knitted for me. The night was so cold. It had my name on it.
The sweater? I had it in the camp. I was imprisoned and...
Yes, it could have been a trigger. Your mind somehow began to rebuild itself. Why in my image? I can only guess. Perhaps you were constructed from Tatiana's desires, from her expectations of a child. Funny how I called it pseudoscience. I suspect the process was somehow facilitated by the Chernobylite.
But she's been calling me this whole time. She wanted me here.
I'm afraid you were bamboozled, my poor boy. We all were. It wasn't Tanya who called you here, but it.
Chernobylite? But the images, the voices.
They felt so real, I know. Your mother was your biggest weakness, and the entity exploited that. It wanted you here. It has plans for you, you see, and I cannot allow it to succeed.
Someone sent me a photo of Tatiana and the piece of Chernobylite. Those weren't hallucinations. They were real. I couldn't have constructed my portal gun without them.
Oh, that. It was that bastard Semenov, of course. He wanted to bring you here as well. He never got over it when you vanished. Not that it matters now. I really hoped you would stay away. But it's too late now. I can't allow you to interact with the entity in any way. Only one of us is leaving this room alive.
Wait, can't we talk it over?
We just did. Goodbye, son. Igor. I wish there was another way.
いや、でも勝つけど。そりゃないわ。3人いた。
This gives me no pleasure, but it has to be done. I wish there was another way. You're making this too easy, son.
何これ。もう一個のポータルどこにあるかわかんない。
Don't go easy on me. I won't do the same for you. Come on, show me the new and improved Igor Kiminyak.
ちょっともう一個のさ、ポータルどこにいるの？あれか。
You're not strong enough to save Tanya. Only I am.
どれかが偽物なの？当たったけど当たってないよね。これあれだけが本物なのかな？あ、やばい。
Don't go easy on me. I won't do the same for you. Come on, show me the new and improved Igor Kiminyak.
なんだ。
Why did you have to come here and complicate things? You think you're better than me?
間違えた。これひょっとしてあと2発しかレールガンないってやつ。やべえな、レールガン足りない。で、これなんかエイム強制的にずらされてるわ。いや、これやばいっす。何か急にどこちょっと待って。いや、やばい。行ったんじゃない。結局何だったのかなってよくわかんない。いや、ちょ。どこ。何これ。ああ、ホタルの中か。最後 AK だったな。 歩けない。なんでつけて打ってもダメじゃん。来るなあ。どうなった結構あっさり終わるの。終わんねえな。
I don't need a force field to defeat you.
生きてる。
What? You should be dead. Yeah, I've been getting that a lot lately.
Look familiar?
Where did you get that from?
Where else? I took it from you. From your cold, dead hands, Igor.
What?
In a reality where you fucked up, my friend. From one of the many worlds bearing the brunt of your failures.
Are you saying that you come from a different... that you're from...
This is hell. You have no idea.
Where are you going?
Back to my screwed up world, of course. You know me. I'd prefer to die fighting.
Wait!
Don't waste the chance I've given you, Igor. Finish the job.
何どういうこと？世界線やっぱいくつもあったってこと？そういうことになるよね。とりあえず回復とかしていこうかな。ビビりなんでもう潤沢に使います。ハーマーがなくなっちゃったな。型をつけてくるってことはさ、多分まだ続くんだよな。こんなあっさりしてていいのかな。オリビエに助けられた。
It's over, my son. Close the portal. Cut the connection. Deny this thing away into our world. Do it now.
結局倒したのオリビエってことになりますけど、いいですか？
Son, please. It will kill her. It will kill the love of my life. Of our life. Please. There's another way.
Just let me go. I've suffered long enough.
You can do this, son. You can be the man I could not. Be the better version of me. Go through the portal and face this thing. Undo the harm we both caused Tanya.
No. Do not do this. Kill me. Just kill me, please. Finish it.
いやー、これはこれ破壊したら多分終わりだよね。抜けたら続くよね。なんか最後のエンディングすぐ2回目見れるってなんか動画のタイトルにあったんだよな。ちょっと破壊するルートで行ってみて、エンディング見たらもう一回続きからやってみようか。ちょっとじゃあやります。破壊する。
It's time to end this once and for all. If anyone can hear me, run as far from here as you can. Everyone, run like hell.
こっちか。そうだ。
Thank you for showing me the way.
母さんっ
I
てこ
won't
とだね。
waste this, I promise. Goodbye. You can rest now.
そうだよね。
The protagonist never explained to his comrades exactly what happened at the power plant. but he came out changed.
あ、エピローグ。
The Chernobylite vanished entirely. The zone is now free of it. Igor stalkers drove off the remaining NAR troops and even convinced a few of them to join the cause. Now they're working together for the good of the Samoshels, tracking down the few remaining monsters still roaming the area. Olivier never had the chance to change his own past and prevent the ambush that wiped out his team. His obsession almost steered him down the dark path of treachery, but in the end, he redeemed himself by helping Igor with his mission. Even though it cost him his life, because he had been a part of something bigger than himself, he was at peace in his final moments.
あ、これやっぱ全員生きてくるルートもあるんだな。
In spite of his flaws, Olivier will always be remembered in the zone for his courage and grit. For this haunted place will always be a monument to broken heroes with a twisted past. Mikhail's life was always full of violence. He was the angriest, most obnoxious man Igor had ever known, but he was also unfailingly honest, both with himself and others. Mikhail's thirst to avenge his murdered friends was his main driving force. But working with Igor and the others eventually made him appreciate the kinder aspects of life. In spite of his rough manner and the darkness inside him, Igor came to like the neurotic stalker, and by the end, considered him a true colleague. Mikhail decided to remain in the zone and join the others in protecting their shared home.
なるほどな。その後。
Sashko had always been the lone wolf and daredevil of the zone. Life had always been harsh for him, and he learned the hard way to rely only on himself. His crusade against NAR began with a desire for closure regarding his brother Ruslan's death, but Igor's quest to find Tatiana was what kept him going until the end. In his final moments, he enjoyed a privilege afforded to few men indeed. He had no regrets.
いや、申し訳ねえ。
He died as he lived, fighting bravely for those closest to him, and that was enough. Terracon's crusade against the Rat King has reached its conclusion. When he was drawing his final breath, Terracon was calm in his knowledge that the mission was in good hands. It was now up to his student and protege, Igor Kimunuk, to defeat the evil lurking in the zone. Terracon wasn't worried. He had prepared the man well, after all. Igor never discovered Terracon's true identity. Was he a madman? A saint? A spy? Perhaps he was all of these. Perhaps none. But one thing is certain. Terracon was a true child of Pripyat, and his restless soul will forever wander its marshes and woods. When all was said and done, Olga's thoughts went to her mother and the Samoshils. She had joined Igor in his mission because she knew what it meant to live with a hole inside you, a hole left by the departed. As a troubled teenager in Minsk, she'd never planned to become a freedom fighter or martyr, but sometimes we encounter the person who will change our destiny at just the right moment. Life is unpredictable that way. Olga decided to continue serving as the huntress and ranger of Pripyat's forests, striking fear into the hearts of anyone who wished harm upon her people. Like so many before him, General Koslov made the wrong choices while chasing a dream of the good life. War taught him about the cruelty and inevitability of loss, leaving him indifferent to human suffering. It was only thanks to his nephew Galib and Igor that Koslov found a serendipitous moment that placed his life on a new trajectory. He realized that some victories come at too great a cost. Koslov left NAR at just the right time and lived out his days in quiet contemplation, somewhere far beyond their nefarious grasp. Semenov's ambitions and neuroses eventually got him killed. He was a brilliant scientist, but could never come to terms with the collapse of the Soviet Union. Though not a devout communist, Semenov could not stomach the chaotic aftermath, for it reflected the emptiness of his own heart. And so he chased his green Chernobylite dream, hoping his experiments would usher in a new world order. In reality, what he sought was to fill the gaping void in his own soul. In the end, everything he thought he had achieved disintegrated into nothing. He died, and NAR dissolved. Most of its mercenaries wiped out by either the Shadows or the Samoshils. All that remains of NAR in the zone are the empty barracks and derelict labs, stark reminders of a misguided ambition based on human misery. Faced with staggering losses, the shareholders halted all funding.
Ah, トロコンした。ひそやかにトロコン。まあでもこの後またもう一個のエンディングちょっと見てみようかなと思うけど、チェルノブライト全部で20回、トータルだと30何回ぐらい、PS4 の時にね30日超えちゃって戻れないっていうのになったから30何回やって、一番長いことこう配信したゲームになったけど、序盤はなんかビビらせるみたいな、怖いみたいなのがあって、後半はなんかっていうのがすごいこうあったんだよね。でも銃撃つのとかもそこそこ楽しかったし、ゲームとしては俺は嫌いじゃないな、このゲーム面白かったなと思うんで、もしこれやってみようかなと思う人いれば俺は勧められるかな。なかなか面白かった。全員生存ルート多分あるし、それはちょっとやらないけど、でも、PS5 版は本当にグラフィックも綺麗だし、本当に良かった、面白かったなって、やってよかったなっては思うね。結構、こう選択肢で迷うゲームだね。脳筋でうおーみたいな突撃してもダメだし、その辺はちょっといろいろこう考えて、どうなんだろうみたいな。特に最後ミッションが1個出てこねえみたいな時は本当にこれダメかなと思ってたけど、でもうまくねいったんでよかったかな。ちょっとじゃあエンディング途中でやめて続きからってやったらどうなんだかっていう。どっから潜入からだったら全員生存ルート試してみてるけど、こっからなんだ。いや、本当に優しい設計なの。
Close the portal. Cut the connection.
Son, please.
ここはもう飛ばします。じゃあポータルを抜けてみようか。どうなんだろう。
A single shot of adrenaline would have saved my ass. Why didn't you give it to me, you cheap fuck?
みんな死ぬルートじゃないこれひょっとして。
My life was in your hands, and you let me die.
多分そうだね。
We were partners, old timer. I always had your back. Why didn't you have mine?
いや申し訳ねえ、サシコ。
Taking care of us was your job. You let me die. You failed.
The eulogy you gave at my funeral was awful. Pure drivel. How can you sleep at night?
I trusted you. You were supposed to save us all.
ああ、申し訳ねえ。これ、どうや。どうやなんもねえか。
You killed Kostya, you motherfucker! My Kostya!
あ、コスチャ殺してん、殺したな。ごめんね。
Why? Why did you betray me, Mousy?
ではないんだけど。
After everything I've done for you, you chose NAR? Burn in hell,
Executing an unarmed prisoner like a common thug. I expected more from you, Professor Kaminyuk.
This isn't possible. These things can't all have happened. I fixed them. At least some of them.
You're wrong. Did you think meddling with space-time wouldn't have consequences? All of this, every bit of it, happened.
But how? I was going back through the wormholes. I was fixing everything.
There is no time travel the way your friend Olivier understands it. You can never change what's already occurred, because every change creates its own space-time continuum.
And time only moves in one direction. Entropy.
Every time you make or unmake a decision, you twist an entire dimension. It's because you are a part of me, made from the same multi-dimensional stuff.
But I just wanted to save Tatiana.
Yes, your mother. And along the way, you destroyed countless lives across dozens of dimensions. All because of animal body chemistry, because of the human need to connect with your progenitor. So, here I am. I am your real mother.
What are you? Chernobylite?
I am God.
Bullshit.
But it's a matter of perspective. To a spider under your boot, you surely are a god. Isn't that...
Don't call me...
Having a bit of an identity crisis? As a poet once said, the fear that clouds your mind is what makes yours...
Fear?
The fear of discovering there is nothing at the core of your persona but pure chaos. You simultaneously are and are not you. But don't worry, I am about to...
What do you want?
Have you ever wondered why? Despite your technological... Why destroy your own ecosystem? Why you cannot help? Why? Over and over again.
If you're thinking to catch me off guard with your fresh people are for the most part selfish, so what's next? Are you going to propose some kind of... Am I to be your prophet and help you usher in...
I never expected you. No, a new world order isn't enough to save you from yourself.
Is that right?
Again, it's the fear. Fear of your own. I can take it all away. I can help you, as I've helped many other civil...
How?
Your kind can only live in the moment. The future is terrifying to you. Become my vessel, and I will purify them. I will remake mankind in my image. Burn away that I must reduce everything.
That is some...
You're scared this will make you feel less special. This is what being a hero is all about. We can banter words for as long as you want. But the result is inevitable. You and I are all struggling against me will only tire you. It will not in the slightest change the outcome. You're like a fish, endlessly swimming the circumference of a wash basin. All your science cannot help you. It's time to set aside this futileこ
れまだ選択肢あんの？まあちょっとじゃあ選択肢もあんじゃん。
No one will ever know the protect.
で終わり？で終わり？
When he disappeared, a wave of monsters poured into our world through the air.
バッドエンドだ。
The inhabitants of the zone gathered everyone who could fight and resist. They will never abandon the zone, for it has become their home. They still hope Igor will return one day and help them in their struggle. The Chernobylite, meanwhile, spreads farther into the zone. Olivier never had the chance to change his obsession almost, even though it cost him. In spite of his flaws, Olivier. For this haunted place will.
これじゃあ最後なの。もう一個見ようよ。これがもうさっき見たから多分一緒だよね。
Sashko had always been life had always been harsh.
でもなんか死んでね。
In his final moments, he died as he lived, fighting bravely for those close.
でも別に話は変わんねえな。
Terracon's crew when he had prepared. Was he?
全然この話は変わんないね。
When all was said and she, as a trouble, Olga.
なぜカズロフがあるかは分かんないけど。セミロノフはダメよね。セミロノフが悪いわ。ということで3つ目見に行きますよ。最初がグッドエンディングで、その後は多分これ両方バットに入るんじゃないかな。
It's over, my son. Close.
Son, you got.
No.
でバリ雑言を浴びせられると。
A single shot of adrenaline would have saved my ass. Why didn't you give it to me, you cheap fuck?
すみません。
My life was in your hands, and you let me die.
Old timer. I always had your
Taking
back.
care of us
Why
was your
didn't you have
job.
mine?
You let me die. You failed.
You gave at my funeral was awful.
I trusted you. You were supposed to save us all.
You killed Kostia, you motherfucker. My Kostia.
Why? Why did you betray me, Mousy?
After everything I've done for you, you chose
Executing an unarmed prisoner like a common thug. I expected more from you, Professor Cominium.
I fixed them. At least some of them.
You're wrong. Did you think meddling with space-time wouldn't have consequences? All of this, every bit of it, happened.
なんか相手まだ見れるのか。
I was going back through the wormhole. I was fixing everything.
There is no time travel the way your friend Olivier understands it. You can never change what's already occurred, because every change creates its own space-time continuum.
And time only moves in one direction. Entropy.
Every time you make or unmake a decision, you twist an entire dimension. It's because you are a part of me, made from the same multi-dimensional stuff.
But I just wanted to save Tatiana.
Yes, your mother. And along the way, you destroyed countless lives across dozens of dimensions. All because of animal body chemistry. Because of the human need to connect with your progenitor. So here I am. I am your real mother.
What are you? Don't.
Having the feet, but why does love? I know again. Is I you be I will I we but there's you. It's
よしよっしゃ。じゃあ5番目。
I see you have it all figured out. If mankind wants to...
You are defiant. Like I can have you wake back.
A circle? Of course.
Oh, don't get distracted with your...
I almost fell for it. But something betrayed me. I'm your only hope, and this also makes me your biggest weakness.
Oh, no.
You cannot exist without me. I made...
True. But you also cannot exist in this plane without me. You're no god. You're just a fucking parasite. A freeloader looking for a new host, hoping to get a foot. Tanya, my mom, is no longer a viable option for you. You can't use... Who knows? Perhaps you never needed her in the first place.
You don't even know what you are.
Identity. Yes. Perhaps maybe I'm just a faulty copy of a dead physicist. But it doesn't matter. And that brings us neatly to my conclusion. So watch closely, my love. This is my final experiment. It's time to break the circle and destroy the parasite by denying it a host.
その展開？どうすんの？そういう展開。
No! 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 No!
そういう展開。
The protagonist never returned from the power plant.
そういう展開なの？
The Chernobylite vanished entirely. The zone is now free of it.
おお。
Igor stalkers drove off the remaining NAR troops and even convinced a few of them to join the cause.
チェルノブライトが消えるルートと
Now they're working together for the good of the Samo shells, tracking down the few remaining monsters still roaming the area.
周りが助かるルートとってあるんだ。
Olivier never had the chance to change his...
そうね、オリビエずっと腕つった
In
ままだ
spite
った
of his
な。
flaws, Olivier... For this...
なるほどな。そうか、科学者として最後科学者じゃないんだけど結局。科学者としてのこう結論を見て終わるっていう。これもなかなかの。
Life had always been his crusade against NA.
これなかなかの終わり方だったな。
In his final, he died.
いや。トロフィー全員生存ルートとかってなくてよかったわ。いや、あれ。
Was he a madman? A saint? A spy? Perhaps he was.
エペックスはすぐね、トロコンできちゃうから。
But one thing. When all she. As. Life is old.
でも記憶を変えれるっていうか選択肢をもう一回選べるシステムっていうのは斬新だったよね、本当。クロスボウ新しく追加されてたの一回も打たなかったけど、まあなきゃないでもいいかなって。あとよく言えば敵みたいなレーザーサイトと欲しかったな。まあこれでついにエンディングを3つ見ましたので、チェルノブライトはこれで終わりです。本当にありがとうございましたってしか言えないな。このやり直しをしていやようやく、ね、30日前にこうクリアした。こうロードゲームしたら全員生存ルートとかも試せるけど、まあ、チェルノブライトの配信は一旦今日で終わりです。いや楽しかったです本当に。怖かったけどもうしばらくとかもう怖いゲームはやりたくないです。はい。 はい、ということで配信は以上です。また何か違う作品で配信します。ありがとうございました。最後でした。